My mother-in-law passed away in 2019, and my daughter and I just took on that admin role and stood in the kitchen for the first 5 hours on the telephone closing down accounts. And this was a lady with no digital presence. She had one bank account, she had a very simple life, she lived in social housing, and it took weeks to close that down. I came out of that process thinking, oh my God, it's got to be easier. Vicky came out of that process thinking, well, I'm going to make that better. And that was Settled, that's how we started. So Settled automates end-of-life administration, and that means that when somebody passes away, rather than a family member needing to spend hours, days and months on the telephone chasing up what's happening with accounts, they bring us that information to a central secure point. We do the notification process, but we also manage all the closing of those accounts. We take that stress and that anxiety away after somebody's passed away, so that when people just want to get on and grieve and spend time with families and share, they are not sitting on the telephone, they're not writing letters, they're not sending emails, and they can simply get on with that process of learning to live without the person that they've loved. We've had an enormous amount of local support from different funds in the area, but Arrow has been one of the largest contributors to that.
The aim of Arrow is to help SMEs to access the knowledge base within the university, and also for those companies which need support from outside the university, we can provide some grant funding. In supporting Settled, our first step was to sit down and talk to the company and find out exactly what issues they needed to be solved.
We were working on developing the minimum viable product, the MVP, and Arrow was brilliant in terms of helping us fund that development work, find someone who would work with us, and then actually quality assuring that process to make sure that we got the best service that we could for that funding. The funding and the other monies that we got from other sources also then helped us to win 2 Innovate UK competitions, and in turn that helped us to win seed funding. So there is also an element of credibility in that the more people that you talk to who are willing to put their money behind you, the more you establish the value and the commerciability of the product that you're trying to develop. Once we feel that we are really well established in the UK, there isn't actually a service that does what we do anywhere globally at the moment. I would definitely recommend working with Arrow. If there's anything they can do to help, they genuinely want to, and they really will.